Williams lived with his wife, Sarah, and their two sons, Jack and Jim, on a small ranch. The ranch was about 15 miles from the town of Pontiac, a small cattle town in Texas. About 100 people lived in Pontiac in 1878. Williams called his ranch the Bar W, and all his stock, horses and cattle, were branded with the Bar W. Branding was the way each rancher marked his stock, and each rancher had his own brand. That way, anyone could tell his stock from cattle and horses belonging to other ranchers. The Williams were not rich, but they lived a happy life. Everyone in the Williams' family worked on the ranch. Each had his job to do. Every morning, the family got up at 5 a.m., and Jack and Jim helped their father until it was time to go to school. After school, they came home and helped their father with the work around the ranch. Jack and Jim each had a horse which they rode back and forth to school each day. Jack's horse was named Maud. It was a black horse with a white mark on its left leg. Jim had a brown horse named Winnie. Mr. Williams had his own horse called Sam. The Williams needed each horse. The horses were the only means of transportation. Mr. Williams used his horse to ride on the range and tend his cattle. He also used the horses to pull his wagon. The horse-drawn wagon was the only way in which Mr. Williams could carry his supplies to and from town. Because horses were needed for ranch life in 1878, they cost a lot. If Mr. Williams lost one of his horses, he would have to save for a very long time, maybe a year, before he could buy another one. If Mr. Williams lost more than one horse, he would not be able to run his ranch and support his family. The importance of the horses bothered Mr. Williams because one of his horses was very old. Williams was afraid it would soon die, and he did not have the money to buy another one. One night, on August the 1st, 1878, at about 3 o'clock in the morning, Jim woke up. He heard a noise, so he got dressed and went outside. The horses were kept in a corral and were making a lot of noise. Jim went to the corral and discovered that one of the horses, Maud, was missing. He noticed that there were footprints all around the corral. Jim got very excited. He went into the house to get his father. Mr. Williams was very upset about the loss of his horse. He pointed out to Jim that the footprints around the corral were strange. Whoever had been there walked pigeon-toed. That same morning, Mr. Williams went into town to report the matter to the sheriff. Sheriff Johnson came out to the ranch, looked at the footprints, and said he would do what he could to investigate the theft. Several days later, Sheriff Johnson arrested Harry Wills, who was known as Black-Bearded Harry. The sheriff alleged that Harry had stolen the horse. On August the 15th, a trial was held. Mr. Charles Town was the state's attorney, and Mr. Robert Gallagher was the attorney for Harry Wills.
The Court of Pontiac, Texas is now open and in session. The Honorable Judge Maduro presiding. All persons having business before the court come to order. Case of the people of the state of Texas versus Harry Wills. All rise. Be seated.
Jury number 8, take your hat off in my court. It is now time to swear in the jury. The jury will rise, raise their right hands, and be sworn. Do you solemnly swear that you will well and truly try the issues now to be given to you, that you will speak nothing to anyone of the business or matters that you have in hand, but among yourselves? Nor will you suffer anyone to speak to you about the same but in court. And when you agreed upon any verdict, you will keep it a secret until you deliver it up in court? Do you also swear?
I do.
Be seated. Mr. Town, you can open the statement.
Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, the state will show that on the morning of August the 1st, 1878, the defendant, Harry Wills, stole Mr. Williams' black horse, Maud. Later, Wills tried to sell this horse to Mr. Smith, but when Mr. Smith refused to buy the horse, he took it to Mr. White, the rancher, and sold it to him. We know that once you listen to all the witnesses, you will be convinced that the defendant is guilty.
Mr. Gallagher, Do you have an opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that you should find Wills not guilty. No one saw Mr. Wills steal the horse. In fact, no one saw him do anything bad. Listen to each witness carefully. When you do, we are sure that you will find Wills not guilty.
The state may call the first witness.
Mr. Smith, please take this down.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth in this case and if guilty of perjury, so help you God?
I do.
What is your name, sir?
Samuel Smith.
What do you do for a living?
I run a general store here in Pontiac.
And where do you live?
In Pontiac, too.
Have you ever met Harry Wills?
Yes, on August the 2nd.
How did you happen to meet him?
Well, he came into my store about 7 a.m. He walked in just a few minutes after I opened up for the day. He was the first man I saw that day.
Did you buy anything?
No,
What did you want then?
he wanted to know if I was interested in buying a horse.
What happened next?
I told Harry that I wasn't interested, but I would look at the horse. I figured if I could get it for a good price, I'd buy it.
Did you look at the horse?
Yes, I did.
Did you buy it? Sorry, describe the horse.
It was pure black with a white mark on its left leg.
Did you notice the brand?
Yes.
Can you describe it?
Yes, the brand was of the box CW.
Did it look fresh?
Yes, the sides of the box looked fresh, but I didn't really look closely. I cannot be sure.
Did you buy the horse?
No.
No clue. Right. Why not?
Well, I never met Harry before. He doesn't live in Pontiac. I'm always suspicious of anyone who doesn't live in Pontiac. In addition, he didn't have a bill of sale for the horse.
Thank you. No further questions.
Mr. Gallagher, do you have, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Smith, are you a rancher?
No.
Then how did you know when you first met him?
Well, I said I wasn't sure.
And Mr. Smith, had you ever seen Mr. Williams' horse Maude?
Yes, many times. Jack Williams rides him to school every day.
And was Maude the horse that Mr. Williams attempted to sell you?
I cannot be sure.
Mr. Smith, do you know for sure whether or not the horse was Maude?
When I looked at the horse on August 1st, I didn't think it was Maud, but the more I began to think about it, the more I thought it might have been Maud.
And why is it that you're suspicious of all strangers?
I don't know.
Are you suspicious of all strangers, or is it just Mr. Willis?
Again, I don't know. I guess I don't really trust any strangers.
Thank you. No further questions.
You may sit down. Call the next witness, please.
Mr. White, please take this down.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth in this case and if guilty of perjury, so help you God?
What is your name, sir?
My name is Ronald White.
What do you do for a living, and where do you live?
I have a cattle ranch about 40 miles west of the town of Pontiac.
Have you ever met Harry Wills?
Yes, August 2nd, 1878.
How did you meet him?
He rode off onto my ranch one morning. Came right up to the ranch house.
What did he want?
He was riding one horse and pulling another behind him. He wanted to sell me the second horse.
Can you describe the horse?
Yes, it was pure black with a white mark on its left leg.
Did you buy it?
Yes,
What was the brand on the horse?
it was a box 70.
Did Wills explain the brand?
We'll send me a ranch called Box 70.
How much did you pay for the horse?
I paid $50.
Where is the horse now?
The horse was stolen 2 days after I bought it.
Thank you. No further questions.
Mr. Gallagher, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. White, do you know Mr. Williams?
No,
At any time before August 1st, have you ever seen Mr. Williams' horse Maude?
no.
And do you know whether the horse Mr. Willis sold you was Maude?